The air smells like sweat and leather and something else. Ego. Los Angeles. A private gym in Hollywood, where movie stars train and real fighters judge them. Heavy bags swing from chains. Speed bags rattle like machine guns. The sound of fists hitting pads echoes off concrete walls. Like gunshots in a canyon, a monster stands in the ring. Marcus, the Sledgehammer Thompson. 6'3", 240 pounds of bone and bad intentions. Professional heavyweight boxer. 31 fights, 28 knockouts. His fists are registered weapons, literally. A judge made him do it after he put a man in a coma outside a bar in San Diego. He has broken jaws, cracked ribs, ended careers. Men cross the street when they see him coming. Today, he is not here to train. He is here to prove a point. A small crowd has gathered. Stuntmen, actors, trainers. Word has spread through Hollywood that someone special is visiting the gym. Someone from television. Someone who claims to know how to fight. Marcus heard the name and laughed so hard he almost choked. Bruce Lee? The Karate Kid from that Green Hornet show? He slams his fists together. The sound echoes through the gym like thunder. I've seen his little TV program. Dancing around in a mask, fake punches that wouldn't hurt a child. Hollywood garbage. He turns to the crowd. They watch him the way sheep watch a wolf. You want to know the difference between movie fighting and real fighting? I'll show you. He throws a jab at the heavy bag. Not even his hardest punch. The bag flies backward. The chain screams. That's a 100-pound bag, and that was 40% power. He rolls his shoulders. 240 pounds of force. 0.3 seconds from thought to contact. That's a real punch. He throws a combination. Left hook, right cross, uppercut. The bag swings so violently, the chain nearly snaps. No kung fu dancing can stop that. No ancient Chinese secrets. Physics doesn't care about your feelings. The gym door opens. Sunlight floods in. Then a shadow blocks it. A small man walks in. Dark shirt, simple pants. He moves like smoke, present but weightless. Marcus looked at him and thought, this is the martial arts master? He's smaller than my girlfriend. I could break him with a jab. Marcus grins wider. So, you're the famous Bruce Lee. I am. I hear you teach movie stars how to throw fake punches. He flexes. His arms are thicker than Bruce Lee's legs. Let me show you what real power looks like. He turns back to the heavy bag, throws 3 more punches. Each one sounds like an explosion. 240 pounds. No human being can block that. Not with their arms, not with their guard, and definitely not with whatever Chinese tricks you learn from movies. Bruce Lee says nothing. He watches. Studies. His eyes track Marcus the way a hawk tracks a rabbit. What's the matter? Marcus takes a step closer. Scared? You should be. No. Bruce's voice is calm, soft, almost gentle. I'm counting. Counting what? Your mistakes. The gym went quiet. Marcus felt something twist in his gut. This little man just looked him in the eye and called him flawed. Him, the Sledgehammer. I have a question. Bruce Lee says. Ask. You said no one can block your punch. Would you like to bet on that? Marcus laughs, but something about the laugh sounds hollow. Bet. I'd kill you if I hit you. Then don't hit me. Bruce Lee smiles. I'll block it anyway. With what? Your face? With 2 fingers. The gym goes silent. Marcus stops laughing. 2 fingers. Marcus stares at the small man, waiting for the punchline, waiting for the joke. Bruce Lee's face shows nothing. No smile, no fear, just stillness. You're serious. Completely. You think you can block a 240-pound punch with 2 fingers? I don't think. I know. The crowd shifts. Murmurs ripple through the gym. This is insane. This is suicide. The Sledgehammer has broken heavy bags. He has cracked ribs through guards. And this small man wants to stop him with 2 fingers? Marcus thought to himself, he's insane, or stupid, or both. Fine. I'll teach him a lesson. I'll pull my punch at the last second. Just enough to knock him down without killing him. Then everyone will see what a fraud this kung fu master really is. All right, movie star. Marcus steps forward, a mountain approaching a feather. Let's see your magic trick. He towers over Bruce Lee. His fist is the size of Bruce Lee's head. His shadow swallows the smaller man whole. How do you want to do this? Simple. Bruce Lee raises his right hand, extends 2 fingers, the index and middle. You throw your best punch. I stop it. With those? Marcus looks at the 2 fingers. Thin, delicate. The fingers of a pianist, not a fighter. With these. You understand I could break your hand, your arm, your entire body. I understand you believe that. Something flickers in Marcus's eyes. The prey is not behaving like prey, and in that moment, Bruce Lee understood everything about his opponent. He is strong, perhaps the strongest puncher I have faced. But strength without precision is noise. His power comes from weight and momentum, but momentum is a train on tracks. It cannot turn, it cannot adapt, and a train can be derailed with the right touch at the right moment. Marcus rolls his shoulders, cracks his neck. The sound is like gravel grinding. Last chance to back out, little man. I never back out. Hong Kong, 1958. A rooftop. Young Bruce trains with Ip Man. The old master holds a single chopstick. Hit my hand, Ip Man says. Young Bruce throws a punch. Fast, powerful. The chopstick touches his wrist. The punch stops dead. How? Force is a river. It flows in one direction. But a river can be redirected with the smallest stone in the right place. Ip Man smiles. You do not need strength to stop strength. You need timing. You need position. You need to understand where the force wants to go and send it somewhere else. With a chopstick. With a fingertip. With a thought. The old master pauses. With nothing at all. Bruce Lee settles into stillness. His two fingers hover in the air. Relaxed. Almost lazy. Marcus takes his stance. Left foot forward. Right fist cocked. 240 pounds coiling like a spring. The gym holds its breath. Marcus thought. Two fingers. The same punch that broke Tommy Garcia's jaw. The same punch that put Mike Reynolds in the hospital. This is going to be embarrassing. For him. Marcus draws back his fist. His muscles tense. His weight shifts. 20 years of training. 31 fights. 240 pounds of fury. Loading into one strike. Bruce Lee's two fingers do not move. They wait. Patient as stone. Still as water before the storm. The air feels electric. The moment before lightning. Marcus's arm begins to move. The punch begins. The punch explodes. Marcus's right fist rockets forward. 240 pounds of bone and muscle, moving at 30 miles per hour. The air hisses as it cuts through space. This is the punch that has broken jaws, cracked ribs, ended careers. This is the punch that no one has ever stopped. Bruce Lee's two fingers move, not fast, not dramatic. Just a small, precise motion, like brushing a fly from a windowsill. Contact. The fingers touch the inside of Marcus's wrist. Light, gentle, the touch of a butterfly landing on a leaf. And the punch stops. Not blocked, not absorbed, redirected, as if it hit an invisible curve and slid off into nothing. Marcus's eyes go wide. His body lurches forward. All that momentum, all that power, suddenly, with nowhere to go. Bruce Lee's fingers guide the fist downward. The punch that was aimed at his face sails harmlessly past his hip. Marcus stumbles, catches himself, stares at his own fist like it belongs to someone else. The gym is silent. Marcus thought, what just happened? I felt my punch connect, but it didn't hurt him. It didn't even touch him. He just moved it. With two fingers. Two fingers. Again, Bruce Lee says. What? Throw it again. Harder this time. Marcus's jaw tightens. He throws another punch. Faster. Harder. Everything he has. Two fingers. Same spot. Same result. The punch dies. Redirected. Harmless. Again. Marcus throws a combination. Left jab. Right cross. Left hook. Bruce Lee's two fingers dance. Each punch is touched. Guided. Sent somewhere else. It looks like magic. It looks like a glitch in reality. 6 punches. 6 stops. 2 fingers. Bruce Lee understood exactly what was happening. He is confused. He thinks power is everything. But power is just energy, and energy obeys laws. His punch travels in a straight line. All I need is to touch the right point at the right moment and redirect that line. I am not stopping his force. I am borrowing it, sending it where I want it to go. Marcus is breathing hard now. Sweat pours down his face. He has thrown more punches in the last minute than in most entire fights. Not one has landed. How? His voice is broken. How? Your punch is a river. Bruce Lee lowers his fingers. I am not a dam trying to stop the river. I am a stone. I do not block the river. I simply redirect it. But 240 pounds means nothing. Bruce Lee steps closer. Weight is not force. Speed is not power. Timing is power. Position is power. You have trained your whole life to punch harder. I have trained my whole life to understand where the punch wants to go. That's impossible. You just watched it happen. 6 times. Marcus stares at his fists. The weapons he has trusted for 31 fights. The weapons that have never failed him. They just failed him. 6 times in a row. What are you? Bruce Lee smiles. I am water. Water does not block the rock. Water flows around it, through it, under it. He pauses. You spent 20 years learning to be a rock. I spent 20 years learning to be water. He raises his 2 fingers again, extends them toward Marcus. And water always wins. Marcus looked at those 2 fingers, thin, delicate, the fingers of a pianist, and realized something that changed his life forever. He had been looking at fighting wrong. For 20 years, he thought fighting was about force, about who hits harder. But this small man just showed him that fighting is about understanding, about seeing what your opponent cannot see. 2 fingers, against 240 pounds, and the 2 fingers won. Silence. The gym stands frozen. Trainers, stuntmen, actors, all staring at the impossible they just witnessed. Marcus the Sledgehammer Thompson. 31 fights, 28 knockouts, 240 pounds of professional violence, stopped by 2 fingers. He should be angry. He should be humiliated. He should storm out and never speak of this again. Instead, he laughs. Not a bitter laugh. A real laugh. The laugh of a man who just discovered the sky is a different color than he thought. 2 fingers. He shakes his head. I've been boxing for 20 years. 20 years of hitting things as hard as I can, and you just made all of it useless, with 2 fingers. Not useless. Bruce Lee's voice is gentle, incomplete. What do you mean? Your power is real. Your speed is real. Your strength is extraordinary. Bruce steps closer. But you have only trained 1/2 of fighting. You trained to attack. You never trained to understand. Understand what? Force, energy, movement. Bruce raises his 2 fingers again. Every punch is a story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You spent 20 years perfecting the beginning, the launch, the power, the explosion, but you never studied the middle, the moment when the punch is traveling, the moment when it can be redirected. Marcus looked at his fists and thought, he's not mocking me, he's teaching me. The greatest lesson I've ever learned, from the smallest man I've ever met. Could you teach me that? I could teach the principle, but you would have to unlearn much of what you know. Bruce paused. A cup that is full cannot receive more tea. You would have to empty your cup first. Marcus considered this. 20 years of training, 31 fights, a reputation built on being the hardest puncher in California. I think my cup might be too full. Then pour some out. Bruce Lee smiled. The strongest fighters are not the ones who hit hardest. They are the ones who see clearest. 3 months later, Marcus Thompson retired from professional boxing. He never fought again, but he did not disappear. He opened a gym, a different kind of gym, one that taught timing, not just power, position, not just strength, understanding, not just violence. Above the door, a sign. The hardest punch means nothing if it never lands. His students thought it was a strange motto for a boxing gym, but Marcus knew what it meant. He had thrown the hardest punch of his life at a small man in street clothes, and it never landed. 2 fingers made sure of that. Years later, someone asked Marcus about that day. Were you embarrassed? For about 10 seconds. He smiled. Then I realized I had learned more in 1 minute than in 20 years of boxing. What did Bruce Lee teach you? That strength is obvious. Timing is invisible. He paused, and invisible always beats obvious. He looked at his hands, the same hands that had been stopped by 2 fingers. I spent 20 years learning to be a hammer. Bruce Lee spent 20 years learning to be water. That day, I finally understood the difference. The greatest block is not the one that absorbs force. It is the one that was never needed, because the punch was never allowed to arrive. Bruce Lee did not stop Marcus's fist that day. He simply showed it a different path.